Okay, guys, I think you are alive now. I really hope so. Let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully, you're gonna hear my voice now. I really try to not mess up this time. First of all, welcome everyone. Welcome to Sweet Viver. Today we're gonna do a little chat, a little countdown for the Valve Index release, which is gonna be in less than an hour now. Actually, the pre-order starts in 1 hour, just like now. And yeah, I'm so excited about this. But before we get to the pre-orders, I would like to talk a little bit with you. I would like to mention the specifications, talk a little bit about what I think about this headset. And yeah, basically, if it's the headset we all been waiting for from Valve. So yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. Wow, I always feel so nervous about everything. So guys, I see a lot of you in here already. I'm so happy for that. Thank you so much. It feels really nice that so many of you are here right now. Let's see. We have Armin here, one of my Patreon sponsors. I'm actually using the cup from Armin. Thank you so much for that, man. It's lovely for coffee. You know, coffee is very important. Anyway, we have so many others here as well. Can't you hear me? Well, sound is great. Okay, good. There was someone not hearing me. I was just too worried because I'm still new on this microphone. So yeah, Hudson Marine, Mr. Lou, Jens Netrem, there's so many of you there. I love to see you all here. I'm very happy for that. Yes, it's exciting times, and many of you probably are gonna click the order button on the Valve Index in less than an hour. And I would like to know how many of you have already decided to go with the Valve Index. Let me know. Just say yes or something in the comments. I would love to know how many of you are. I just want to see like a flow in the comments here about it. That would be so cool. Personally, if you would like to know if I'm gonna buy this headset, yes, I will buy the Valve Index. Not only, basically mainly for the channel, of course, because I want to make comparison videos, a lot of reviews and stuff compared with the Pimax headsets, the 5K Plus, 8K, the OLED 5K XR, and so many other headsets that are coming. I will, of course, also compare with the Oculus Quest, which I ordered yesterday. Yeah, I know it's not really my thing with Oculus Quest, but still, yeah, I think it's something interesting. I really like the idea of what Oculus is really doing right now. Wow, there's so many yes. There are a few no's also. There are some people not gonna buy it. I totally understand that the price is not really for. This is not a headset you probably begin with as a VR beginner. As a first headset, I would actually probably go for an Oculus Quest or something, even Oculus Go maybe, because it's even cheaper. But yeah, this is like an enthusiast VR headset. And yeah, a lot of you seems to be very hyped about this, and a lot of you may order. Hopefully the order page is gonna work all right. Let's hope so. I'm gonna just bring it up here just to show it's 56 minutes left, so it's really a countdown. Yeah, we have the specifications here, which I will talk about a little bit, and also, yeah, basically the prices as well, and everything you need to know about the Valve Index, hopefully at least. I have to say that Tested did a very nice review yesterday of the Valve Index. I'm really happy about that they did it, because we got so much information about the Valve Index already now. And yeah, it's Norm and Jeremy from Tested. I hope you have seen that video. If you haven't, you really should. Also, I made a live stream with Sebastian MRTV yesterday. We had some great chat about the Valve Index, also the Oculus Quest and Oculus Rift S release. So yeah, first off, I know I need to be fast today. I need to really hurry, because we have less than 55 minutes now, or something like that. Maybe 55 minutes. 56. Of course, we can continue a little bit after the pre-order starts, but I really want to inform you a lot about this headset, first of all, if you still haven't seen the Tested review, for example. So first of all, the order starts in less than an hour, and they're going to start to ship at 28th of June. It says here, at least on my page, I'm not sure. I live in Sweden. I'm not sure if it's going to be sent earlier in United States or in other countries, but at least in Sweden it's the 28th of June, it says, and it is available. There are some countries that do not have this headset available, and that's a shame. A lot of people has like an not available in your country thing instead of the coming soon. So I feel sorry for you. Hopefully you will be able to buy it through Amazon or eBay, or like import it through some page if you are really interested to buy this headset. So yeah, let's begin, guys. The review from Tested was great. I really love that, and I will of course answer your question. I see a lot of them are coming in already now. So let me just start off. Oh man, it's not available in Norway, Serafina says. Wow, I hear Canadians can't order either. I think that's probably because of the Norway is not in the European Union, and you know the import charges and stuff. It's always like this. It's really bad. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna move on to some questions in a moment. So yeah, it starts to ship at the end of June. Probably we'll get it at the beginning of July. I'm not one of the lucky YouTubers getting it for free, most likely, because I haven't heard anything from Valve. I actually didn't even ask, because I'm not the one asking for free headsets, to be honest. I never get anything for free, besides a few test units from Pimax, but I always send them back anyway. Anyway, guys, let's begin with the specifications. Let me just start off by talking a little bit about the specifications here, because there are some things that it surprised me at least, and I think it might surprise you if you still don't know about this. First of all, it's 1440 times 1600 resolution LCD panels. It's a RGB matrix, of course, because it's LCD. Most of the LCD panels have RGB matrix, which is better than the Pentile matrix, or the OLED panels, first of all, which a lot of other headsets has, such as the HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, the new Pimax 5K XR OLED, and many others, Vive Pro, of course. And yes, Valve claims that it's approximately 50% more subpixels thanks to the RGB pixel matrix in this LCD. And yeah, I mean, probably that's right. I'm not going to count their pixels, but yes, I have done some great through the lens videos of my Pimax headsets, not only them, but mainly them. And yeah, you can clearly see that there are more subpixels in RGB panel matrix LCD panels. But the big news here is not really the RGB panel itself. It's the refresh rate of the panels, the maximum refresh rate actually, which is 120 Hz. And there's actually also a beta feature that allows 144 Hz, like those gaming monitors. Like, it's quite crazy, to be honest. And Norm from Tested was super enthusiastic about this. He was so like, he just felt like he was like hyper aware or something. I think he used that word. And you know what? Yesterday when I talked to Sebastian, I was very skeptical about this, because I mean 90 Hz, 120 Hz. I personally, I don't see any difference between 70 Hz and 90 Hz. I've never even thought about this. But I mean, apparently 120 Hz make a difference. And of course, if you look at a 60 Hz monitor and then a 120 Hz monitor, or even 100 Hz monitor, there is a huge difference how your mouse is going to move, how much more smooth everything is. And what Norm says here is like tracking the movement, the clarity in movement is much better thanks to the higher refresh rate. Which it's not surprising actually, but there's also a better attention and immersion, which really got me thinking, like how is this working? If you have any thoughts about it, let me know, because I don't get it. I get so immersed in VR already now, and I just feel like I'm not sure how much more immersed I can be. The big thing for me was the wide field of view. That really made the immersion for me. That was an immersion breaker. How do you call it? It was like a game changer for me in terms of immersion. Now we have this as well, or soon, at least in 2 months, 120 Hz or even 144 Hz. And basically this means there's not going to be any smearing, which is, I mean, quite obvious. If you do very fast movements in VR, you're going to see some smearing. Or not smear, but the image is not going to be fully sharp when you look at it. doesn't matter if you look like on a movie in 60 frames per second. When the image moves fast, it's going to be not stuttery, but it's going to be more like a smear. And that's what disappears when you're using such high refresh rate. And he played Beat Saber, Boneworks, some other things as far as I know. And he was really satisfied with that. Actually really excited about that, which I was not really expecting. Anyway, what got me thinking to this is what GPU do we really require to run a lot of games in 120 frames per second? Because you need to run them in 120 frames per second to actually make the game smooth. Because if you're running the game in 110 frames per second on a 120 hertz VR headset, it's going to be stuttery. It doesn't matter if it's 110 frames per second, it's still going to be a little bit juddery or stuttery. And so basically what this means, you need to have a stable frame rate of 120 hertz or 144 if you're using the beta 144 hertz mode. And this really makes me a little bit worried. I mean, you know me, I'm doing a lot of Pimax, mainly Pimax. And here, there's not many games probably reaching 120, especially not 144 hertz. Of course, Pimax is using a little bit higher resolution because of the rendering technique and such, and the utilizations of the panels, which I will come back later. But still, I'm a little bit skeptical that it's going to work. Of course, you can actually run the index, the Valve index, in 90 hertz, maybe even 80 hertz, if I don't remember right. I see the specs in front of me here. Why am I not even looking at them? 80, 90, 120, and 144 hertz. The thing is, if they can apply some kind of motion smoothing or some kind of variable, just like someone just said, VGEDRR, sorry, I cannot pronounce your name here, variable frame rate or some kind of VSync that makes a variable VSync, that could make it still smooth, because then the hertz will like adapt to the frame rate. And if the game only runs in 110 frames per second, it's going to adapt down. But I'm not sure if Valve has really implemented that yet. And smooth reprojection or motion smoothing, all the reprojection types such as the brain warp for Pimax and a lot of other techniques, they won't work that good here. Or, well, if you're running a game in 60 hertz or 60 frames per second on a 120 hertz display, well, basically all the benefits from running 120 hertz are gonna just disappear. That's the problem. It's just not going to give you any more fluid things, because the game still runs in 60 frames or 90 or... Yeah, so I really hope they can somehow make it optimized. And I know like Beat Saber was running fine. I'm sure like Job Simulator, Vacation Simulator, all the other cool games. I mean, there's so many indie games, indie developer games, which probably will run perfectly in 144 Hz, especially on an RTX graphic card like the 2080 or the 2080 Ti. But think about Hellblade Hellblade VR. Think about Fallout 4 VR. Even Skyrim VR. It is like impossible to reach those frame rates. So yeah, I'm a little bit divided there. I'm not sure. One more thing that is really good with the 144 Hz is that it's divided by 6, you get 24 Hz, right? I actually double checked that before because I was not sure, but it is. So it's good for movies. Because when movies are running in 24 Hz, you're gonna get a smooth frame rate or smooth image. The movie is not gonna judder around. But then again, you can do the same with 72 Hz as well. And those 144 Hz, they're not gonna do anything for that movie because the movie is still going in 24 frames, right? So yeah, but at least, I mean, it's good for movies, right? And that's also something that Norm and Jeremy was talking about actually. So yeah, guys, what do you think first of all about the whole refresh rate thing? I think there's a lot of people that are worried about the performance. I assume I've been trying to read some comments here at the same time, and a lot of people are also very, very enthusiastic about it or very excited about it. And I am actually. I have to say I am excited about this, even though I'm not sure how much this is really going to bring me for the VR immersion, but I gotta believe Norm here. He knows what he's doing, right? I mean, I admire that guy. I really love Tested, the channel, especially the Norm and Jeremy's videos. And they probably know what they're talking about. So let's assume that the 120 or 144 hertz is gonna be awesome. So yeah, less important than the field of view. For me, I would prefer wider field of view, but we'll get to that. Man, the time is just like running out. Let me just check. 45 minutes. 45 minutes to go, guys. Yeah, I know a lot of you are just sitting there hovering above the order button, right? I have it like prepared here already also. I have to add that I'm gonna just buy the headset and the knuckle controllers because I don't have them, and I'm starting to hate these ones. I'm just so tired of them. They're breaking apart all the time. I've been opening them up like 20 times already. They just, the touchpad breaks, the buttons breaks, the tracking just loses. What a shame, HTC. You could have done it so much better, especially with the Vive Pro. Anyway, yes. I'm not gonna say that a lower refresh rate is bad. I mean, I'm playing with the XR, the Pimax old version of 80 Hz, and it's just perfect. So, but if there is something really exciting about that 120 Hz, if it really is that immersive and giving that special hyper-aware feeling, then, well, it could be exciting. Next thing, I'm just gonna go through some stuff, and then we can probably talk a little bit about your question. I'm gonna answer a lot of questions here because there's so much questions coming in. Antonis is asking, will it have anything like brain warp? I think that the motion smoothing, I think it's called, in Steam VR is going to be, of course, supported because that's what Valve actually made by themselves. So in the Steam VR, you have that. I think it's in the beta so far, right? Motion smoothing, like a reprojection. So we can run the games in half of the frame rate and then it still feels smooth. Apparently it works good. I have not really hard tested it. I really should do that actually, but I'm not using those other headsets that much. Anyway, guys, let's move on to another thing before I get more questions and such. LCD panels, right? We have LCD panels here. Remember like 1 year ago when Pimax announced LCD panels? It was like, what? Why LCD panels? LCD is the past. OLED is the future. AMOLED, all the Samsung crazy panels that all our smartphones are using, you know. Now everyone is going for LCD panels, and that's quite, I mean, it's funny in a way, but somehow I understand why also. Because first of all, you get a lower screen door effect or less screen door effect mainly because of the RGB pixel matrix, which I'm not going to go deep into that. You can check my other videos about that, but it renders more sub-pixels, and there's like, often in a lot of LCD panels there's less space between the pixels, which makes the screen door effect less visible and apparent. Higher refresh rate, obviously, that's good for the LCD panels, which that's not really possible on an OLED panel as far as I know. 144 Hz, not for these small panels. So yeah, that's great. I mean, but then we have the LCD panels has worse black levels, of course, we know that. I have tested that. If you haven't seen my video about the 5K XR Pimax, the OLED version, it gives so much better blacks in horror games, for example, in Elite Dangerous. There's so many things that really shows the weakness of the LCD panels. And yeah, yeah, it's a downside, but there are some hopes. Wait a second. There's another thing also, and that's colors and contrast, which also is worse. I mean, it's LCD panels, it's nature. The AMOLED screens, the OLED screens are gonna be better on, with colors. So what you really see on your HTC Vive Pro right now, for example, or your Samsung Odyssey headset, or any other, the Quest also, the colors and the blacks are gonna be better than on the Valve Index, which is really important to remember. Yeah, so, but there are some good things here as well, okay? We have like less crushed blacks with LCD panels. So when there's very dark places in your game, for example, paranormal activity in a corner or something, there's something in the corner on an OLED screen, there's a big possibility that you will not even see that thing because it just smudges out into black. to black color. It's not going to be very dark grayish, and then you see that very, very dark thing in the corner. It's just going to vanish. Like, not always, but it's going to happen sometimes. With LCD panels, that problem is gone. So that's a good thing. I also mentioned that in another video. And also we get rid of the Mura effect, or Mura. You know what it is? It's like a grain thing around the whole panel. That's what you get with OLED panels, and you're not gonna get that with the Index. And let me just switch that. 40 minutes left. Oh my god, the time goes so fast right now. So yeah, so that's a good thing. Also, there's no burn-in risk, so you cannot burn in your panels. If you accidentally just leave your headset the whole day just running like a still picture or something, it's not gonna burn in. It's still gonna be fine. If you leave an LCD OLED panel, an OLED like the Vive Pro or like X-Style or whatever, like Pimax 5K XR, if you leave it like 24 hours just standing there with the same picture, there is a big risk that you can actually burn in some of the image. So it's bad, you know that already, right? And also, one good thing here is Pimax has given us a great example of what we can achieve by just adjusting some values with contrast, with the brightness, the LCD backlight, and also the colors and everything. You can really get better contrast, better blacks, better overall image with LCD panels just by adjusting some values in Python. And sorry, I know that Valve is going to implement that. I know they need to, they have to. It's very important because the Pimax 5K Plus and the 8K has become so much better now when you just decrease the brightness a little bit, increase the contrast a little bit, and the colors just start to pop. It's not OLED level, right? But it's not far off anymore. I'm really sorry, I'm my phone was just ringing, I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, so that's a very good thing, and I think, and I really hope that Valve is going to implement that into their headsets, because they have to. Because out of nature, the LCD panels are not gonna be so super nice in very dark games. Paranormal Activity is the perfect example. Then again, we have another problem with the black smear and stuff on the OLED panels, which we don't have on the LCD, so that's good, but I'm not gonna go into that now. Anyway, I think personally that LCD panels are not bad at all. Pimax has proved that, Oculus Go has proved that, and there are other headsets coming out with that. Oculus Rift S, right? It was LCD panels as well, if I don't remember it wrong now. Yeah, so anyway, it's okay. I mean, I don't see this as a problem. But the resolution here, the resolution is a very interesting thing, right? For me, it's a very interesting thing, being so geeky. You know me, guys, and you probably, a lot of you out there are probably very geeky about the resolution and such. And we have the 1440 x 1600 resolution per panel. That means that those panels are just half of the full 1440p. Well, not half, but almost. It's 1000 pixels less, around 1000, like 960 pixels less on the horizontal plane, right? Than the Pimax 5K Plus, for example, than other headset like X-Style as well. It has also native 2560 x 1440 per eye, per panel, right? And we don't get that here. We only get 1440p times 1600. So that means it is a lower area to render the whole image, right? And well, first of all, Norm from Tested, he said in his review that it's not night and day in terms of pixels, the difference between the Vive Pro and the other headsets and the Valve Index. So already here we know that there is still screen door effect. The resolution is not super great. It's not going to be the X-Style level. If you haven't seen my X-Style video, please do check that out, because that headset has basically no screen door effect. So yeah, that doesn't sound too good, but still he mentions that this screen door effect is very low, which is good. Which I also think is very low on the Pimax 5K Plus for that matter. And to be honest, the Samsung Odyssey is not that bad, or the Vive Pro. The Vive Pro is bad because of the lenses mainly, but yeah, I mean, it's not that bad still. I'm not the screen door effect freak. Another thing here, Peter Graham from VR Focus actually mentioned that trying to actually spot the screen door effect was virtually impossible on the Valve index. I'm not sure, I'm not going to question his knowledge and his... Peter is probably a great guy. I'm not reading VR Focus that much, but still, I'm very surprised he's telling us that the screen door effect was virtually impossible to see. What? I mean, yeah. So I don't know. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. I mean, we have 4K panels on the 8K, on the Pimax 8K, which are, by the way, OLED panels. It's pentile pixel matrix. But even there, you have those pixels still visible, and the screen door effect is minimal, but it's there. And compared to the Pimax 5K Plus, for example, the index, as I said, the resolution is 1000 pixels less horizontally, right? But it's also all about the panel utilization. It's very important here, and I assume that Valve Index has really improved the utilization. But with utilization, I mean the area of the displays that are actually used by the... I'm just going to show you like this. If you have the full area here, right, on the mobile, on the cell phone here, like, so we're not cutting off a bit of the panels, we're actually utilizing the whole screens. And probably that's what Valve is doing because of those those lenses they're using. They're like two lenses on top of each other. And the first one is a Fresnel lens, by the way. I'm just jumping topics here right now, but we can just take that right now already. The Fresnel, the first layer of the lenses is Fresnel lenses. You can clearly see that on the website. Maybe I could show you that somehow. I'm not sure. Well, let's just skip that. You can see that on the software page, or all the info about this headset. So you can just check it out. It is Fresnel lenses, but beneath that, inside, I think they are using some kind of aspherical lenses, which actually gains or helps to utilize more of the panels, to somehow utilize more of the panels without zooming in too much or magnifying too much the image. Because the Pimax is actually magnifying the... I'm going to show you something, that's why I'm doing this right now. Pimax is actually magnifying the image quite a lot, and it's not utilizing that much of the panel itself. Depending on which field of view you're using as well. So here are where the 1000 less pixels on the display actually can be like a non-issue, because if Index or Valve is using more of the panel, much more of the panel, it's going to be those less pixels going to be a less of an issue, because we're still going to see the whole panel, or more or less the whole panel. I would like to show you a little example here, guys, before we move on. I have my Pimax 8K only. I took off one of the lenses. It's very easy. I know this is not about Pimax. This is just an example of what utilization means. This is the panels, right? I hope you can see that. I just use a suction cup. It's very easy to take them off and take them on again. I'm just going to show you here. Hopefully you can see something there, how much of the panel really is used. This is normal field of view. Sorry, there's a lot of reflections, but as you can see, there's like maybe 25% maybe of the panel, which is not really used on on that side here. There's still a panel there. There's still a panel here, and the panel goes all the way there somewhere maybe. Oh man, it's so hard to do this. And it's just black. So we are not utilizing the whole panel for the high resolutions or for the wide field of views. The wide field of view has a little bit less of a not utilized panel, but still. What I'm trying to say here, I'm just going to turn off SteamVR because my laptop just started to run a little bit loudy here. What I'm trying to say here, if Valve Index can really make the utilization good or good utilization, then I think the resolution won't be a problem, and we could actually see a higher or better less screen door effect on the Valve Index than what you see on the 5K Plus. But that only depends on the utilization. If they are not utilizing the whole panel, just like Xtel does, for example, I mean, it's the same. Xtel is using the same resolution as Pimax 5K Plus, and it's just such a difference. And it's even pentile matrix panels, and it's still like there's virtually no pixels visible. So yeah, we're gonna see about that. I mean, we need more in-depth reviews, and of course I'm gonna be one of them doing that as soon as I get the Valve Index. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to order it. 30 minutes left, guys. The time is running out. Oh man, I'm really excited. This is fun. I love that. Guys, we are more than 600 people in there, man. 625. Wow, thank you so much everyone for being here. I love it. I love to see all of you here. Wow, it's incredible. This is like a record like the best case ever for my channel. I never had so many viewers in a live stream before. Thank you guys. So yeah, Valve sucks. It have OLED. Well, no, not really, Mr. Dimitrov. Well, anyway, I'm not going to go into that war between OLEDs and LCDs. So let's move on. I just gave you an example of what utilization is. In Pimax is utilizing maybe between 80 and 60% of the panels, depending on which field of view you're using. And that's why some people are still complaining about the screen door effect on the 5K Plus, while the X-Stall actually makes it perfect. So yeah, it all depends on the technique, the lenses first of all, how the lenses can utilize the panel. So let's hope Index can make it good. Even though no promises, right? No promises made. We'll see. Remember, it's still Fresnel lenses. Something they actually mentioned, I need to tell you that. I think it was on the Road to VR review. You can read it online. They mentioned there's a lot of glare or God rays, if I'm not right, if I'm not wrong. They were talking about God rays because Valve has been so much into getting a wider field of view that probably they forgot about the reflections that could happen. That's not good. Or maybe it's because of the dual lenses. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, but anyway, we'll see when it comes, right? I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker anyway. Let's go over to the field of view. Sweat resistant, by the way. Antonis is asking, no idea. Hopefully, but I wouldn't count on that. You cannot like, well, if you're playing Beat Saber for 3 hours, you could probably destroy that headset as well. I think there is no waterproof headset available yet. Maybe the rugged one from Pimax coming sometime this year, I hope. It is going to be a little bit more rugged and a little bit more like isolated, but we'll see. We'll see about it. It's going to be exciting. Anyway, field of view, guys. We were expecting 135, 140 degrees of field of view, right? From the Valve Index. It turns out that Valve is saying that we will get around 20 degrees wider field of view than the HTC Vive. The HTC Vive has officially 110 degrees field of view. But I measured that myself. I got like 102 degrees when I tried the Vive a lot of times. And it was kind of the same when I was using those Gear VR lenses. I did the lens swap video if you haven't seen it. It gives much better picture, but it gives similar. Some people say that it gives a smaller field of view with those Gear VR lenses, but I couldn't see that really. Still, let's say HTC Vive has 100 degrees, around there, right? So Valve Index has 120 degrees of horizontal field of view. I assume we're talking about horizontal field of view. Hopefully, they haven't mentioned anything if it's diagonal like this or if it's horizontal, but hopefully it's horizontal at least. Wow, I have totally missed. Hopefully I've not missed any more. Oh, thank you so much, Serrated Edge. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it for your super chat. Looking forward to your reviews. Yeah, man, I really look forward to make them. I'm so excited about this. This is mainly why I'm spending way too much money on this right now. Yeah. But thank you, I really appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully I have not missed any other. Wow, I feel ashamed if I had, but probably not. Hopefully not. Yeah, anyway, so we have the field of view 20 degrees more horizontally. The panels are supposed to be aligned approximately 5 degrees, a little bit more. I don't know how many degrees Pimax lenses are aligned, but it's probably a little bit more than the 5 degrees. And because of that, we have less stereo overlap or binocular overlap, which is also visible on Pimax, X-Stall, all the other wide field of view headsets. I wouldn't see that as a problem, to be honest, the stereo overlap. it's still great. And as long as we have a clear image outside of that stereo overlap, which we have actually on the Pimax until maybe like 140, 145 degrees. On the X-Style is like fully perfect all the way. And yeah, I mean, as long as the valve index can give us a perfectly sharp image till the edges or beyond the overlap, the stereo overlap, then it's going to be fine. Some people might see this as a problem. I don't actually. Also, the problem here, I want to come to the problem now. The field of view is basically, the wider field of view is basically made by the fact that you can screw those screws, just like we had on the original HTC Vive, so you can get closer to the lenses, right, with your eyes. And when you are at maximum, you will get that maximum field of view of probably 120 or 130 degrees. Let's say 130 degrees at maximum, right? So yeah, but thing is, I hate that. I hate the thing that you have to like basically touch your the lenses with your eyelashes. It's really not a good thing. We actually had some very slim covers on during the Pimax beta testing period, the M1 beta phase. And you know, when the eyelashes are touching the lenses, it gets smudgy, it's just irritating, it gets harder. I really hate that. And so probably I won't be able to use the whole field of view of index. And we have a bigger problem here. And what about people with glasses? I mean, seriously, if you have glasses, you're going to need a bigger distance. So you have to screw that 1 centimeter because you have like a 1 centimeter of space that you can move between, getting closer or getting further away from the lenses. And with glasses, you cannot, of course, get closer because you're going to scratch the lenses or your glasses or whatever. This means basically that the field of view on the valve index is probably be like 100 degrees or something like that, or even less, who knows, for people with glasses. And that's not good. I know a lot of people with glasses can play VR without. Thank you so much, Mr. Blue Sky. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Wow, which HMD for simulation you wish for Christmas? X-Style. yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, right now I must say it is. I must say Pimax is a great headset for simulation, but X-Style does really something for the simulations, but it's so freaking expensive, so I cannot afford it. Hopefully I will get a chance to get it at home to try it. We'll see. But yeah, if you're rich as hell, then go for the X-Style. Yeah, there's a big difference, definitely. I have to be honest. I mean, as a Pimax fanboy, I still have to say that the X-Style is really like wow in terms of the screen door effect, the resolution, the pixel, the clarity of the image itself, especially in simulators when you're looking at very small, I mean, all the panels and the gauges and the text and you know all the stuff, numbers. So yeah, where were we? Yeah, people with glasses will probably not benefit from the valve index, which is a shame. Well, anyway, Norm on the from Tested, he tried big screen beta. He was watching a movie with the valve index, and he said that it was basically like IMAX. It was like IMAX theater. It was a so wide image, and so he really hyped that up. I'm really surprised he never did that with the Pimax. but yeah, I can understand him because the wider field of view is amazing. It is, and obviously, I mean, even 120 degrees on the Pimax, which is still a low or a small field of view, is a huge difference between the Vive Pro, the Odyssey, all the other headsets basically compared to, I mean, even the smallest field of view of the Pimax is really large, and that's around 120, 125 degrees that I measured at least. So yeah, wow, thank you so much, Pizzy FPV. Thank you so much for your super chat. Wireless is a huge question. I hope we can unplug the 5-meter cable to plug in a wireless solution like the Vive. Yes, and I was about to come to that, but let's just add it. We have 21 minutes to go. And thing is that because of the resolution, because of the smaller panels, the less resolution we have to like render for each panel. It's basically Vive Pro screens in terms of resolution, right? So in theory, if we just skip those 120 Hz, 144 Hz, we could probably have a Valve Index wireless adapter sooner or later. It's not announced yet, but it could theoretically come without any problems. Maybe they will use the same technique as HTC Vive is using right now with the PCI Express card and stuff. I don't like that idea, but it works. It works. Personally, I preferred the TP-Cast solution, even though it had a router, but still, give us somehow any kind of wireless solution. I would be very happy with the Valve Index. Pimax is working on that right now, actually. They have some companies working for them about the wireless thing, but Pimax has a bigger challenge because of the higher resolution, especially when they go for the upcoming models like the 8KX. Is going to be like crazy with the native 4K signal that had to be rendered at 80 or 90 hertz or something. So we can, well, your question is here basically that can we unplug the cable and use it? I'm not sure if you're asking if we can use the Vive adapter. I'm sure we cannot, but I'm sure Valve will bring us some kind of wireless adapter sooner or later, because it's quite achievable with today's technique and today's development. It's much easier for them to do that than for Pimax because of the lower resolutions rendered. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna answer a lot of questions then, especially after the pre-orders have started and we have made our orders. We have 19 minutes to go. It's so exciting. I love that. And we are 663 people in 665. Wow, thank you so much, guys. Can we reach 700? Tell your grandma, tell your father, tell your whoever to just watch. That would be so awesome. Now I start to sound like PewDiePie or something. Anyway, field of view could be a problem. But even though it's only 120 degrees or 130 or something, if you can use the whole field of view, no glasses and such, I still think it's a huge improvement, and thank you so much Valve for doing this, because Pimax is the only one really caring about this, or about people who want the wider field of view. Once you have tried it, you never want to go back. And I mean, 120 or 130 degrees is not 170 as the Pimax can give you, or 150 with the normal view, but it's still well, yeah, in the middle, in between there. It's at least an increase in the field of view, and I love that. Yashiro Koff, thank you so much for your super chat. Should I keep my Rift or upgrade for the S? That's a difficult question, actually. I have to see the Rift S to really judge it. I'm not impressed by the specifications, to be honest. So yeah, I would actually tell you to wait. There's going to be more headsets coming out. It depends on what you need. If you want only high resolution and the same field of view, and if you want higher, wider field of view and this, well, like in 1440p resolution, there are so many options now. You have the Windows Mixed Reality headset, which basically are kind of like the Rift or the Rift S in terms of probably the image, and the tracking was never like 100% on the Oculus sensors, I think. So even though the Windows Mixed Reality tracking is not perfect, I think it's an option for you. It could be, or there will be more Pimax headsets, which there will be. Yeah. So yeah, sure. It's a difficult question to answer. We have 17 minutes to go before we click the order button. I hope it has not started yet. Hopefully I have not missed it. No, it still says coming soon. Yeah. Let's see the specifications again. We have the Lighthouses. Okay, so let's skip the field of view now. Let's say it is an improvement from the current Vive Pro. Most of the headsets. It's not an improvement going from the Pimax, but let's talk about that later. The comparison between Pimax and if you already are a Pimax user, if you already have pledged or got your headset, or I'm not sure if you're really benefiting that much from the index, but more about that later. We have the Lighthouses. You still need them, but luckily, I didn't know about this actually. You do not need the Lighthouses 2.0. You can play with whatever Lighthouses you have there, 1.0, the oldest version. I still have my oldest one here, and they're working great. They're a little bit noisy, one of them, but still they work. So that's why I'm also skipping. I'm not buying the the 2.0 base station because it's just too expensive. The manufacturing cost has gone up probably because HTC is not needing them anymore. They're not producing them anymore for HTC. So yeah, it may even get even more expensive if people don't start to buy them. And but anyway, you don't have to buy new base stations if you already have. If you don't have base stations, I would seriously suggest you to just look online for some second-hand HTC Vive. You can probably get that for like $400 or something, like a second-hand, a whole kit with the old HTC Vive with the controllers and the base stations. Much more value for the money. At least then you have like a spare headset for something to just give away or whatever, like a reserve if something happens. So yeah, the lighthouses are very expensive. If we just take a look here, the lighthouses are 159 euro. I know everything is more expensive in Sweden, but still, D1 Whole Live. Sorry if I can pronounce it. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Can the Index controllers make the Pimax 5K Plus better? Definitely, I think so, and they are supporting them, so yeah, definitely. The Index knuckles are gonna get it. But if you have seen my video, the Pimax is coming with their own knuckles, also with a touchpad, with the thumbstick, and I think it just looks more ergonomic to me, I don't know. And better layout actually. I love the way that you're using the touch on the left side and not in the middle of the buttons and the thumbstick. So yeah, the Index controls will make your Pimax better, but I would actually, if you're happy with your Pimax, if you want to keep with it and not go for the Index, I'm not sure if it's better to just wait a little bit longer for the Pimax controllers, because they are supposed to start shipping the second half this year, which will probably be from July. It's already in the works. The mass production can start anytime now. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep on. We have, oh man, how many minutes do we have? 40 minutes? It's getting excited now. Oh man, I love this. This is so fun. I hope you think this is fun. Oh my god, we have 717 watching right now. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Wow, I was never expecting that to happen. Anyway, lighthouses, if you don't have them, you have to buy any, at least 1.0, and preferably you need 2 to do room scale gaming. So have that in mind. It's not going to be cheap either way. We have another thing here. It's the IPD adjuster, which is just awesome. I'm so happy they added that. Oculus just basically shat on the audience, just like, no, you're not gonna have the IPD adjuster. It was on the Rift S, right? If I'm not wrong here now, right? Anyway, we need an IPD adjuster, especially when going with a wider field of view. It's even more important with a IPD adjuster, because it's more sensitive to your eyes especially when the panels are a little bit aligned or angled. So yeah, great job there. 58 to 70 millimeters, which is quite okay. I mean, it's not that bad. It says somewhere here 58 to 70 millimeters, which is okay. It's actually on the lower side than Pimax, 58 instead of 60, but it also does not go above 70, which is, I'm at 69.5, so I'm actually at the edge of what the headset can do. 12 minutes left, guys, this is crazy. I'm gonna have to take like a very short break to just like click through. Anyway, and then we're gonna talk how many of you have ordered, if it's even gonna be possible. Hopefully the website is not gonna crash or something. I'm just gonna try to reload the page just to see if it's even loading. Yeah, so far it's loading. Coming soon, it says. 12 minutes left, guys. Anyway, and then we have the knuckles. Okay, the knuckles is a big thing for these Valve Index headsets. Everyone knows about the knuckles. We know what it is already. We know they're great. They have finger tracking. Now we also know that Pimax is gonna bring us the same, maybe even better things. Most likely cheaper, yes. We don't know the price at this moment, but I'm sure it's going to be a little bit cheaper. I mean, the finger track is awesome. The controllers of the Vive Index are very comfortable. I mean, the comfort is nice. I mean, the straps, they're really nice. But they're expensive. It's like $300 almost, and more than that in Europe. I'm not super excited about that price, you know. Oh my god, mixed reality TV. Sorry, Sebastian, thank you so much for your super chat. I totally missed it. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. What is better, Rift S or Valve Index? What do you think, Sebastian? Of course, I can already now say that the Valve Index is gonna win this race, right, against the Rift S. It's like it's not even a competition. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for me saying that, but there's so much like resolution. We have the wider field of view, we have the higher hertz, we have everything. The Pimax crushes the Rift S, to be honest. I mean, it does in many ways. Yeah. Anyway, the knuckles. I'm just gonna try to. Yes, not even acknowledge. Sorry, Sebastian. I was a little bit late to see that. I'm just trying to tab between windows. I need like more screens here. I have two only, and it's like so much things happening at my screens right now. Sorry, man. But thank you so much. Anyway, personally, I think those controllers are a little bit too expensive. The knuckles. Hopefully, they're gonna get cheaper over the time. This is not beer, by the way. This is only, what is it called? Champis. No, Trocadero in Sweden. It's like a soft drink only, just for your interest. Almost $300 or above $300 in Europe, which is very expensive for controllers. If you don't really feel you need them, you can probably just skip them and go only for the headset for now. And the base stations if you need them, of course. But yeah, we'll see. Also, let me just give you my personal view of this, okay? The knuckles, okay? I tried them at Extal like 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, at Extal office in Prague. I have to personally say, I told that already during the live stream with Sebastian yesterday, that I'm not super excited or super happy about them so far. They could probably improve that in some of the things could improve, but let me just tell you, the trigger button just feels wrong. I told you that yesterday as well. It just feels like I'm not pushing the trigger like this with my finger, but I'm pushing like here somewhere. I completely lose the sense of the trigger button. No matter how I attach the index controller, that's weird. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Then we have no grip button. You have basically no grip button like this. Here we have two, there are no. It's like a sensitive thing. And that's a great idea. I mean, especially when when you are attached to the controller, you can just like do like this and it's going to automatically grip. The problem is it doesn't. I was playing Onward on the Xtal with those controllers, and it does not have to do with the Xtal headset. It's just the controllers. Sometimes they just didn't grip. Nothing happened until I started to squeeze, like do several times, and then it just gripped. It was developer kits of the Valve Index Knuckles controllers, but still, I'm not happy with that. Also, the touchpad is difficult to use sometimes, especially in Skyrim, in the menus. It was just terrible. It was like no control whatsoever. And also in SteamVR dashboard, trying to browse through the games, it just felt wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe they're gonna improve that. They can improve that with software, probably. Scooby Flying, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. For flight sims, it will likely not be easy to reach 120 frames per second with today's PC. Looking at what then left of Index HMD specs, will you fall back to Pimax with big field of view for best immersion? I'm afraid of that, yes. I still feel that wider field of view, 150 or 170 degrees. I mean, sooner or later, we will be able to use the 170 degree field of view of Pimax. And I think that's more important. And 120 frames in like X-Plane 11 is impossible. We hardly get to 60 right now. DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, same thing. So yes, I will most likely not use that headset so much in simulators, the Valve Index, unless the screen door effect is like, wow, which we're gonna see. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Scubifying, thank you so much. Also, we have a mixed reality TV again, come on. Support Survivor. Well, you're already doing that, come on. No, guys, thank you so much for your super chats. You don't have to, I really appreciate you just being here. We are, oh man, we're touching 800, 796. Come on, call your grandma now, come on. She has to watch it as well. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the touchpad is difficult to use sometimes, and also the thumbstick doesn't feel that it's perfectly aligned, at least for my fingers, and I know that Thomas from the Voodoo DE channel also said the same. It just doesn't feel right, and he also pointed out to Pimax when they were doing the prototypes of the controllers, they did the same problem, and Thomas told them to move that thumbstick a little bit, and it turned out to be better. So Pimax was listening, that's great, with their Sword controllers, Common Sword and Sword Sense. I'll talk about that in later, maybe, at the end of this video. I posted a video like 1.5 hours ago or 2 hours ago about this. The real Xanos and the real Naxos, sorry, thank you so much for your super chat. Wow, you're Swedish, support a thirsty man. I have my coffee here, the Art Armin, my lovely friend and supporter. Also, I need to say thank you so much to all my patrons. You're so nice to me, even though I was away for such a long time. I just love that you're still here with me. Especially my official sponsors. It's, you know who, Commander Darklight, Art Armin, and VR Ambassador. Lovely guys. VR Ambassador, that's actually, his name is Roland. He has a VR arcade down in Switzerland. And we have Lance, which is Commander Darklight. So yeah, I hardly ever mentioned their names. But anyway, yeah, it's Lance and Roland. Wow, guys, thank you so much. I must see the boobs in 120 hertz, to be honest. Busy FPF, yeah, me too. You know I like it. I have a girlfriend, but there's nothing wrong with... There's nothing wrong. Sometimes we all do this, right? Just for science. Thank you so much for your super chat. And also, D1 Who Live. I need to learn your name. D1 Who Live. Show the love. Thanks. Cheers. It's not beer, but let's cheers anyway. Guys, I really appreciate it, but you don't have to, man. It's just a stream. Let's just get excited about all this. We have not many minutes. 4 minutes to go. Okay, let's just skip the Knuckles now. I told you what I think about them, and also what Thomas from Voodoo DE said. But they're still much better than the Vive ones. Probably much better than the Oculus Touch controllers as well. So yeah. But remember, there's a Pimax alternative coming very soon. And remember, whatever you're ordering right now, it's going to take 2 months until you get the Valve Index controllers, the headset, I assume at least. So yeah, Travis McCoy, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Put this towards your Xtel fund. That's gonna be a difficult one. Thank you guys. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. There is actually a chance I will be able to have like a loaner unit of it maybe later on. We'll see. We'll see. I'm discussing this. Not only me, actually. MRTV and Thomas Voodoo DE are also discussing about that. So hopefully we'll be able to have the X-Tal for comparisons and such. Really interesting. Wow, there's so much super chat coming in. We have 3 minutes to go. Celery Remoulade, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. To celebrate those last 5 minutes, let's hold our breath. Thanks for the live show and cheers to Sebastian. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's getting so excited. I'm gonna get a heart attack live. Not good. Donor Kalle also, thank you so much for your super chat. Back when the Lenovo headset was announced, I was so happy that I will be able to upgrade only my headset one day, not Lighthouses. Today is the day. Yeah, yeah. I mean, basically you can. Yeah, if you have your, if you have the Lighthouses, you will be able. I hope that's what you mean. So I'm very happy that they still are using the old Lighthouses. So we don't have to like throw another $300 or more on the new, which basically are the same shit. Sorry for swearing, but it's only about bigger areas, and you can use like 4 or 5 sensors or something like that. Who needs that? I mean, VR arcades, of course, maybe huge rooms, but for me in here, 2 are more than enough. I can actually make it with 1 with the Pimax most of the time. So yeah, we're getting there. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Serrated Edge, thank you so much for your super chat. Wow, you're so nice to me. I'm afraid the sword controllers will break first time we hammer them into the wall. That ring looks fragile. Well, time will tell. I'm hopefully gonna get the sword controllers very soon. Yeah, so time will tell, but they are actually, Pimax is really improving the quality checks now. They're improving the support. I will talk about that later in later videos, but I wouldn't say that they have any worse quality than Valve. I wouldn't count on that at least. Wow, 2 minutes left, less than that, and still says coming soon. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, one more thing, sound. The integrated sound on the Valve Index. It's supposed to be great according to norm, untested. A Headphone Jack is also available if you want to use your own headphones. Wow, we are above 822 viewers. Thank you guys. So we have those cool headsets, which are basically speakers, which are a little bit from your ear, back from your ear, or a little bit away from your ear. So they're never touching your ears, and there's like a sweet spot, so you have to align them. And the sound is just amazing, Norm says. I don't know anything about it, but it sounds amazing. It's like, it's not... I'm not sure, it's not directional sound. It's like some kind of 3D sound making the whole experience better, more immersive, he told when he was playing like Vacation Simulator or something. He was really excited about that, just like with the refresh rate. And it sounds exciting. I mean, I would love that. Let's see. Okay, let's just refresh the site. Coming soon still, it's like 40 seconds left. Oh my god. Yeah, tiny speakers. Well, sweet spot, there is a sweet spot, but hopefully that's going to be easier to align. And yeah, there is going to be sound bleed, probably a lot of them, and it's going to be difficult to actually... Whoa! Veronica Okerfeld, that's my girlfriend actually. Thank you so much, darling. I love you so much. Thank you, Veronica. A bit late, but don't drink all of my Trocadero. Oh, it's actually her favorite drink, and my Coke Zero is finished in the refrigerator, so I have to drink this. I promise I will not drink everything. Whoa, 3 seconds left. Let's go inside. Let's go into the page now. Okay, come on. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Oh my god, this is getting excited. Why do I get like a video only? I don't want to watch that video. I want to go. Okay, let me just see what really happens here. I got totally... yeah, there we go. But there's still like a video only. View your queue. Okay, so there's like a queue. Okay, customize your queue. No. Vol index headset. I need the Vol index. Okay, sorry guys. I should actually bring it to my window. But I think you are also very... very... how do you say? Add to cart. Now it works. Okay. Purchase for myself. So basically what I'm buying right now is the Valve Index, including the controllers. And nothing more than that. Oh my god, I need to hurry. This live stream is gonna do that I'm gonna get my headset later than usual, I guess. Who cares? It's worth it. Okay, let's continue. Let's see what happens. That page really... It doesn't load actually. Please wait a minute and try again and contact support. Okay, that's weird. Well, anyway, how does it go for you guys? Have you been able to pre-order it yet? Wow, by the way, I've totally missed it. Forrest Gibson, $1. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Wait a second. There's messages held for review. Well, what is happening? Pimax controllers are $300. Pre-order just came up live. Wow! Pre-orders are live for the controllers. $300, guys. Guys, I cannot make my order. That's really weird. Shipping information, it just doesn't work for me. Does it work for you guys? It doesn't ship to Canada. Anybody flying? Okay, it does. There seems to be an error initializing or updating your transaction. What? What's the problem? Okay, now I got totally confused here. Now I got totally... this is weird. This is really weird. Okay, so how does it go for you guys? I cannot continue with the transaction. I'm gonna try through the web, through the Steam instead of the web page, because it's it doesn't seem to work that great. Let's search for Valve Index. Unfortunately, I cannot show you all the things. Add to cart, because yeah, personal information and stuff. Yeah, so purchase for myself. I'm gonna try to do it again, and then we can just move on and talk and do all the things. State province, well, Stockholm, Slan. Shipping address is not needed, Sweden. What's the problem? I cannot order it. Steam is down. Website not Steam client. Okay, so the site is just like completely killed by all the pre-orders probably. So nothing is really happening at the moment. Got the same error. A lot of people are getting the same. It doesn't work. Shipping info has crashed. There seems to be an error initializing or updating your transaction. Please wait a minute or try again or contact support for assistance. Okay, we're just going to continue to just hit that continue button and hopefully it's going to work. Refresh the page. It's working in the United States. Okay. I'm going to try. I'm going to refresh the page now and I'm going to do it again. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, this is so exciting. This is so freaking exciting. Oh, I need to read the comments here at the same time. I can't get it. No, it still says updating your transaction. Working in Västernorrland. Same issue error. Same. Valve is completely incompetent. Well, that was not my words. I was just reading the comments. It doesn't work. A lot of people says it doesn't work, which is a shame. Please tell me, has anyone actually ordered it? How many of you have ordered it so far? I'm going to try on my cell phone actually with a different network in case my network is just totally dead at this moment. Yeah, let's see. Steam Store Valve Index. Come on. What is wrong? Okay, so yeah, so the Valve Index is going to be late on my on my channel as it seems. There seems to be a problem with the authorization, or I don't know what. It's like there seems to be an error initializing. Okay, if I just go to the cart and I remove it and then I start over again. Valve, sorry for the hassle, guys. Yeah, not a good start. Okay, hopefully the headset is gonna work better than the pre-order does, right? Purchase for myself. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Please. Let me just order this thing. Okay. There seems to be an error. You know, this reminds me a little bit of the pre-order of the HTC Vive. There was such a huge problem with the HTC Vive in the beginning. It was basically the same thing. I was in like minute 7 or something. It's already minute 5 now. And it just doesn't work. Got it. Oh, a lot of people are getting it now. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see if it works. Nope. Okay, are you going back from the site or what? This is so freaking weird. I'm not getting it. Sorry for the wait, guys. Oh, my postal code. So, oh, okay. Okay, so maybe it's working now. We'll see. It was harassing me about my postal code. Oh, no. Okay, I agree. Thank you for your purchase in minute 6. Let's celebrate, guys. Yeah, hopefully you got it as well. Let me know. Keep trying. Finally worked. Try it. Yes, it works. Restart Steam maybe. No, it just worked. I did it through the website. It actually worked in the end. So yeah, thank you for your purchase. Review your shipping details. No, that's okay. Okay, so we're there. Yeah, guys, let me see. I was shift F5ing in the postal page. Dobby says, purchased. Got it through, Dobby. Vincent, just ordered. John Snisher, Steam app works. Vert's Eye View, refresh Steam client. Wow. Reopen Steam, we're not on Steam, blah, 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 got it. Wow, that's awesome, guys, congratulations to every one of you. The last thing I'm gonna do before we continue just chat is gonna check my email if I got any confirmation, because I want to make sure that I actually did. Thank you for your purchase, Martin. Valve Index headset plus controllers. Coming to Survivor, yeah. So yeah, guys, we're there now. And they ship in order. Well, probably they do, yes. I was super early on the Vive pre-order, actually. I was like in minute 5 or something like that, 7 maybe, I'm not sure, but it was very early, so I got it in the first batch to Sweden. And I know some people waited for like 1 more week just because they were like in minute 10. So it could probably be that you need to order it as soon as possible, as soon as you can, because it can be a long wait otherwise. So What's the name of your drink again? It's Trocadero. Trocadero. I don't have it here actually. I only have the glass and my coffee, but yeah, it's here. Could VR Ambassador pre-order from Switzerland? One of my patrons and supporters, Swissmade, asks. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him yet. Voodoo DE VR just bought it. That's great. Congrats, man. A lot of people have got it now. This is really cool. But we have another announcement, and I need to go to the Pimax VR website. Let's see. Hopefully, there's like a discount if you're using my. Well, it doesn't say anything on the webpage yet. But the announcement $300, that would be cool. Someone said that. I'm not sure if that's actually true or not, but hopefully it is. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about Pimax now because I know why you're here. It's about the Valve Index, right? Yeah. So yeah, let's just move on, guys. I'm really happy to all of you that have ordered the Valve Index now. It's I'm sure you won't be disappointed. But I'll get more into what I think of all this compared to the Pimax and so in a moment, right? We were at the sound and it's awesome, and I don't know much about it, but it sounds really, really cool. I don't like the idea of actually having sound being pumped to my ears, sorry, without any cover on it, because when I'm recording stuff, for example, live stream or whatever, it's going to be difficult to record my microphone voice because it's going to be heard in the microphone. Also chats when I chat with people playing live. So, but yeah, you can use other headsets or any other audio headphones or something in case of, if you just like, if you want to do stuff live and record stuff. So probably that's the way to go. Or maybe they will do some kind of a rubber stuff so you can just put on between your ears and also the speakers, so it like isolates in between the sound, hopefully. Anyway, the front side of the Index headset is actually like a slot for modules. It's probably going to be for the Leap Motion. Forrest Gibson, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Love your videos. I just ordered, but I still can't wait for your comparison. Also, Norm wears glasses, so that's a good sign for wide field of view. Wow. Or for field of view. Cheers, man. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that he was actually using glasses in VR. Interesting. That's a very good point. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for your super chat, of course. Hopefully I have not missed any super chat during the whole chaos around the ordering. If I did, please, I'm sorry. Thank you, if that's the case. Mina Gaming is asking, how much is it? I paid $7.99. Let me just show you here. Okay, I'm not sure what just happened with the webpage. There we go. We have the bundle here for 1,079 euros, which is more expensive in Europe. You get it for $9.99 in America or United States, maybe also Canada, I'm not sure. The whole bundle with the base station, of course, and the Knuckles controllers and the headset. Then you have this kit, which I took, €7.99, which is around $880, maybe almost $900. But yeah, everything is more expensive in Europe. You know, it's just those import taxes, charges, all that stuff. Europe Union. Yeah. So this is the kit, €7.99. I think it's like $750 or $799 in the United States, right? And then we also have, let me just check, next up is the headset only for €539. I think it's like $499 in America, US dollars, $499, like $500, which is great actually. It's a great price for the headset. I was not expecting that to be so cheap, but it's great. And also we have the Valve Index controllers, which are €299 here, which is like $340 or something like that. It's expensive. It's expensive. But yeah, if you really need them, so let's be it. But the base stations are the biggest downside here. It's €159 each, which is a lot of money. It's like $170, $180 per each. And of course, if you buy the bundle, you save like €79 or like $100 or something. But it's still, Yeah, it's not cheap, but you have to remember this is an enthusiast headset. It's not for the casual gamers. It's not for the Oculus Quest. I'm not going to say fanboys, but for all the people that are new to VR that just want to make it simple, put on the headset, play a game, watch a movie, and just like throw it on the sofa again. This is a more advanced unit, just like the Pimax, just like the many other headsets are already out, like the Rift S, for example, just launched. So yeah, it costs. I mean, the future of VR, we are the early adopters here right now, so it costs. I'm not surprised. I mean, you cannot expect a Pimax headset for $399. It's just not possible, especially so much development has been put into the wide field of view. Same for Index. I mean, they have been working hard on this probably. I'm not saying it's cheap, but I'm just saying that everything goes up in prices nowadays. Look at the smartphones, by the way. Look at those foldable, I mean, those, the Samsung Fold or whatever it's called. I mean, it's like, was like 2,500 euro? I mean, it's crazy. It's a smartphone. Come on. Yeah, so everything is just expensive now. Even the regular Samsung S10 is like $1,500 or more. So yeah, everything just goes up in price, and that's because of the demand. Everyone wants them. And here, in terms of VR, in terms of all the all the enthusiasts, if they see something good coming out, they know that people are going to buy them. Index or Valve, they know that people will buy them. They could have probably even a lot higher or increased the price. People would still buy that because they are the early adopters, and I'm one of them. I'm not ashamed to say that. I am a geek in a way, but this is what keeps me going. Like the evolution of VR, the whole thing about improving the resolution, the field of view, everything basically. Yeah, last thing, I was talking about the front with the modules. We can do that for leap motion, for some kind of LCD displays. We can have this for sensors, probably like sense sensors, for example, you know, the smell sensors like Pimax is working on. Actually, you can probably fit one there as well. Better cameras, maybe some kind of AR, augmented reality cameras, which are maybe better than the existing ones in the Valve Index. Maybe some kind of inside-out tracking kind of way. Who knows? There are possibilities. That's great. And the developers are gonna get the printings, the CAD printings and everything, so they know the sizes and everything, the specifications, so they can just create modules for this. And this is a wonderful idea. Basically what Pimax is doing, but they never made a slot. They just made two USB connectors, so you can just put it beneath or above, like fans, like the Vive and Chill I was using on the HTC Vive, which is still on the HTC Vive. A great idea. And yeah, so cool. I like that idea. And there are also some cameras. If we just look at the specs again, we have the cameras which are 960 times 960 pixel. Global shutter, RGB, stereo. Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds okay. It's 960 times 960 pixels. It's not a super camera, but still, it could be enough for just some simplified AR or something. Or maybe we'll see some better modules with some better, more sophisticated cameras in the front. But still, maybe it's going to be used for tracking later on, some kind of inside out. But I know Valve has mentioned that it's not really there yet. They do not believe in the inside out tracking yet. So basically, this was probably the most important things here. In my list, we have a 5-meter cable as well, plus an 1-meter extension where you put in like the... How do you say, when you split the cables to your PC and stuff, like the link box for the HTC Vive, but it's not a box, it's just like a connector, just like Pimax probably has. And I would say personally 5 meters is too short. It's way too short for my little space in here. It's not huge, but it's still way too short. So I'm using 5-meter extension cables for my Pimaxes, and I will probably have to do that for the Valve Index. Hopefully that's going to work. If you had a big room, if you have the PC in a corner just like I do, you will need extension cables, that's for sure. 5 meters, I mean, of course, for simulators it works, but if you're going to run around, play like Pavlov or whatever, it's going to be difficult. What more? Comfort seems great. I cannot tell you anything about the comfort, but it seems to be great. It looks very I mean, it looks like comfy. It looks nice. The padding, it looks very nice. And also the padding inside of the strap is also magnetic. So there's no Velcro. It's only magnetic things that just like click it on top. Cool idea, actually. Hopefully the magnets are gonna last so we don't have to like glue them later on. We'll see. As I said, this is an enthusiast headset. It's not for the beginners. It's, first of all, you are gonna need a very powerful PC to even run it. I mean, I would probably recommend you to go with the 1080 Ti or the RTX 2080 or the 2080 Ti to really get the full potential of this headset. Maybe do some super sampling as well to get the image a little bit sharper. Also play some games like Hellblade and, you know, those or simulators, for example, which are, I mean, not even the 2080 Ti is enough for them right now, but still it helps that rather than playing with a 1070 or even lower 980, 970. I would say personally it's just too late for those GPUs. And I know a lot of people are still playing with the 1070. It's not a bad GPU, but for this headset, for this high level of VR enthusiast people that are buying this headset, you need more. You need a 1080 Ti, I guess. Gaming is still live says, I have my Odyssey Plus for colors. Yes, the OLEDs are always going to be better at colors, of course. We know that already. And the blacks, of course. But it's like, you know, you have to compromise something to gain something. And this is where the LCD panels comes in. You remove the blacks a little bit. They're going to get worse, of course. But you get higher refresh rate now. You get better screen door effect and such. So it all depends on what you need. I would say that the Valve Index could be a good alternative for flight simulators because of the LCD panels, which has a less screen door effect, better resolution, better perceived resolution at least, and hopefully also very good utilization of the panels, as I mentioned before in the beginning of the stream. So yeah, in terms of field of view, I would say the Pimax is still going to be better because of the wider field of view, but I know not every one of you is actually valuing the wide field of view that much. A lot of people prefer to have a lower screen door effect than the field of view itself. So yeah, Art Armin, by the way. Hi Armin, thanks for the cup. Let's switch to view only. Let's just see what happens. I'm just gonna have this one on, I guess, or maybe I'll just close it so we can just see the comments. I guess that's better. There's a Valve Index hiding behind here. Yeah. Anyway, I think I've gone through the list now, and maybe I've forgot about something. But what is my main oh, by the way, Simon Naldoni, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. I can't wait for the DCS review with the Valve Index. Well, I can't wait to try it and compare it against Pimax, maybe the X-Tal, maybe some other headsets. Probably not Oculus Quest, but yeah, anyway, at least I have my Samsung Odyssey here. If you wonder why I do not have every single headset, that's because I just could not afford it. It's just too expensive to buy all these headsets. It's just crazy. I admire Voodoo D, the German YouTuber Thomas, and also Sebastian, Mixed Reality TV. They're buying like every headset available. My personal situation right now cannot handle that. I mean, we're gonna get HP Reverb very soon, which seems very promising, even though they are talking about a very small sweet spot. But the resolution seems to be amazing. But I'm actually sure there's going to be more 4K panels or 4K headsets coming out on the market soon. So I'm not sure if that HP Reverb is something. It's still $600, I think, right? It's not so cheap, not so super cheap. Yeah, and right now, to be honest, I cannot afford it. So if you want some comparisons between there, I think you might need to go to MRTV or Voodoo D. They're probably going to order these headsets. It's still $600. It's a lot of money. And, you know, I just spent like $800 here, and the Oculus Quest. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm a human being, and yeah. So MRTV, I bought it. Cool. Sebastian, I guess you mean the Valve Index now, right? Or are you talking about the HP Reverb also? I'm not sure. Oh, virtual USB-C adapter, Sweetvive. Grab that as well. Oh, so it's available. Wow, thank you so much. Untitled Game Show, thank you so much for telling me that. I had seriously no idea about that. Let me just go inside here. I'm just gonna check it. So more things to order. How much is that? Oh my god, 42 euro. When is it gonna be USB-C adapter? Let's see. Okay, it says 31st of July 2019 it's gonna get released. You know, the USB-C adapters, there's nothing special with the Valve one. So, and I assume there's going to be manufacturers doing those as well, because it's like an open standard, I guess. So I'm going to actually wait with that. 42 euro. 43 euro, by the way. It's like almost $50, $58 or something. That's a lot of money. Nope. Thank you so much for telling me that, but no, I will wait with that virtual link C adapter. I'm not sure if you're even seeing anything. You probably don't. I was browsing through the page, but I didn't even show you anything. Sorry, guys. Here it is, virtual link C, adapter. Here it is. It is available right now, 43 euro. Nah. I'll wait. And you know, look at the release date, 31st of July. It's like August. It's crazy. It's like 1 month after the Valve Index release. So probably I'm just gonna find some cheap Deltaco cable or something, you know, in the Swedish store here for the same price or even less. So yeah, so I'm not sure if I would recommend that. Also the face gaskets, I will start off with the one included. We'll see if that really is, if there's any point to actually buy a 2-pack. Yeah, we'll see. Anglers, wait a second, Fairly Undawn, my coupon, yeah, the Sweetvive's coupon can give you $50 off on the Pimax 5K Plus. Yes, it does. My special link, it's pimaxvr.com/Sweetvive. It's very simple to remember. Whatever headset you choose, it has to be a headset at least, at least there needs to be a headset included in the order, not only the controllers, but a headset. Whenever it's the 5K Plus, the 8K, or the 5K XR, you get $50 off at checkout. So you're gonna see that when you go to the last checkout page. Thank you so much to Fairly Undawn for mentioning that. Thanks. I forget about even saying that. Untitled Game Show says that the virtual link cable is only $39.99 in the States. Yeah, you're so lucky over there in the United States. It's crazy. Okay, Jason Vidal. My credit card declined the transaction. Got a message out. Oh, wow, okay. That's weird. I need to check my email just to check. Okay, I haven't got any more emails. That's good. So no decline. I have not been declined yet. That's good. Anyway, Index bundle is out of stock, but individual parts are available. Lol. Wow, already now, man, we're 26 minutes in. Let me just check. This is crazy. Wow, I had no idea it could go so. That was a bird's eye view who told that actually. Let me just refresh the page and check. No, it's actually still there. Add to cart. At least in Europe, it's still here. Maybe in the United States, they're out of stock. Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. So yeah, everything seems to be there still. But still, I think there are a lot of orders made right now on the Valve Index. So yeah, I'm sure they're gonna run out of stock soon. Hey, I'm Hose is asking, is Index available on Steam in Sweden? Yes, I'm sitting right now in Sweden, and what you see here, I'm browsing here, is actually I'm using a Swedish IP address, of course. So you see that in euro. You can either order here through the website or through the Steam VR or Steam client, not VR. Maybe you can do that in VR. Think about it. Maybe just order the Valve Index while being in VR. Just click through that with your HTC Vive controllers and just say goodbye to them after this. Yeah, just an idea, but it's a stupid idea probably. So Rage is asking, vad säger du? What am I saying? Well, I'm saying a lot. I'm talking way too much, I guess. Out of stock already, yeah. My order got declined 3 times with 3 different payment methods. Wow, I feel sorry for you, man. Gonzax11. Available in the UK, yeah, and here in Sweden it's still available. or at least in Europe it's available. Add to cart. Everything is add to cart, as you can see here. Yeah, wow. It's out of stock in the United States. First time ever we benefit from something here in Europe. Okay, we pay more, but at least we have it still in stock. Maybe that's the reason as well, because it's cheaper in the United States, right? Yeah, hey, I'm host is saying I cannot find the page. I live in Norway. Yes, apparently in Norway it's not available. It's really a shame, but it's not available in Norway right now. Probably because Norway is not included in the European Union because of some import taxes charges. Hopefully you can use like some kind of offshore, what is it called, like global center. You know, there are so many shops there you can actually import stuff. So you can probably talk to them, hopefully, and they can import it for you, but it's going to be more expensive, of course. Salvatore Paletti, hi Sweaver, can you contact me? It's time to talk about multi-GPU rendering for VR. It must happen, yes. Well, I hope so, multi-GPU. I hope that SLI profiles will finally work with VR one day, but nothing really says that right now. It looks like NVIDIA is more working to get a proper fixed foveated rendering to work, or maybe foveated rendering later on. We'll see. But yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath for that SLI profiles. It would really help, but that would also mean I need to invest in another $1,400 graphic card, which I cannot. Yeah, Ozzypie also says in Norway, and I cannot order. That's a shame. I'm sorry for you guys. Regos Pantaleon, how are you, man? Thanks, I'm fine. As you can see, I'm so excited. I'm sweaty right now, guys. I hope you're doing great as well. And all of you guys, there's so many of you, Matt Green, Dean and Brand, Max Grit, Xerxes, Ryan Turner, Mr. Blue Sky, there's so many of you, it's so fun. We're still like, wow, above 560 people. That's a lot actually. I was never expecting to even reach 500, and we were above 800 views or viewers on the live stream. Thank you guys. It's like a personal record. Huge one, like a double, I would say, from before, from earlier live streams. So yeah, what can we talk about more? Do we have any questions? Please tag me in the comments. It's much easier if you have a question just to me. Please tag me in the comments, like just write Sweaver or yeah, Sweaver. Yeah, you know what I mean. And so I'm going to see the questions in the comments. I'm only following the YouTube comments actually because there's just too much on the screen right now. So I'm not even on Discord. I'm sorry for that. I need to get used to those live streams. What resolution is Index? Botego PC is asking. The resolution is, I'm just going to show you the headset specs. You see them over here. It's dual 1440 x 1600 LCD panels. So they are, so from what I can read here, they're actually vertically aligned. It's not 1600 x 4040, but it's 1440 x 1600. So it's 1600 on the vertical side and 1440 on the horizontal, which also shown in one of the pictures actually on the presentation site somewhere. I cannot really find it here right now, but yeah, who cares? Anyway, you can see that in the tested review as well on YouTube. It's strange because we're using a wider field of view. I was expecting them to like lay down the panels at least so they are horizontally aligned, like yeah, more pixels on the horizontal side, but apparently not. Or maybe they have just mistyped this, because you always tell the horizontal resolution and then the vertical resolution like this when you mention resolution. So yeah, anyway, that's the resolution. Next one, what is the first game you will play with the Index? Well, you know, just because of just for fun of it, I think I will play the Half-Life 1 VR mod. I'm actually together in contact with Max Vollmer, the developer of the mod for the Half-Life 1, and I just want to experience it on the Valve Index, because we won't get any Half-Life 3, I guess, probably not Half-Life 2 until like maybe later this year or something. So yeah, the VR mod of Half-Life 1 is going to be the first thing I try, just for fun, you know, just like a fun thing. But then I will probably test any game available, simulators as well, and yeah, I think the first weeks are just gonna be like comparisons, a lot of testing, a lot of reviews, things, first looks and stuff. So yeah, so I won't probably like sit down and play for 20 hours straight, because that's like I still want to do this for you guys and for this channel, of course. So yeah, Untitled Game Show, I would say that's my first game I will play. If we all subscribe to his Patreon for $1 for a month, he would be 560 richer. Let's support Sweet Vive's Patreon so we can buy one. Thank you so much, K-Gun Postal. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, of course, but thanks, guys. I appreciate those of you that has joined my Patreon. It's only like $2, the lowest one. And you can, of course, pledge more, but, or not pledge, support with more. And I do actually a lot of like behind the scenes and stuff. I do some informational videos, also private videos as well on my Patreon sometimes, especially when I was away for a long time. I actually have an explanation for that on my Patreon. And yeah, so if you would like to join, thank you guys. I would really appreciate it. But I'm not gonna ask about it all the time. I never ask about it because it just feels like if you want, then you will find out by yourself that you want to do it. Max Toons, if you don't mind saying, what is your job outside of YouTube? It's actually, I'm a security guard right now. And yeah, basically, very boring job. Yeah, anyway, let's move on to the next question. Regos Pantaleon, sorry for pronouncing it wrong. Did you pre-order the index already? Yes, I did. The index with the Valve knuckles, not the base stations. I skipped them. €7.99. A lot of money, but yeah. Also, any other headset that you're planning to pick up? Yes, I picked up the Oculus Quest yesterday. The 64 gig version, actually, because I read that there's like basically no game above 2 GB for Oculus Rift right now. So I feel that if I have like 50 GB left, or 40 even, after all the operative system and stuff being on the hard drive, or yeah, the memory card or whatever it is, I think that those 40 GB will be more than enough for me. I can easily install and uninstall games. So 64 GB Oculus Quest, sure. ADHD gamers, Survivor software announcement from Valve is lackluster at best. Yeah, yeah, we don't know much. They're telling us that they're gonna announce one game at least, which is gonna be like a top AAA game this year, probably at the end of this year. Hopefully, I really hope so. Hopefully it's gonna be Half-Life 3 or something similar at least. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath for that. I hope that there are developers enough to do that job instead of Valve. They don't need to. Yes, let's see what we have. Silent Dogs, what do you think of Norm from Tested declining that this would be the headset he would be getting to upgrade over anything else on the market? Did he really say that? Deciding. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I was reading decline. Well, I don't know. You know, I have to test it by myself to see the difference between the Index and the Pimax. I'm a little bit skeptical about the field of view, of course, which is way smaller or more narrow than the Index or than the Pimax. So I'm not sure. It all depends. For him, and you know, I love Tested. I love Norm. I love the Jeremy and a lot of other YouTubers as well. But there tends to be some kind of, I wouldn't say hate, but there tends to be some kind of denial of Pimax. It's weird. It's maybe because they're from China. I mean, China-based company. Now they have a United States office, soon Europe as well. But still, I just get the feeling that a lot of those big guys are just trying to deny Pimax, and that's why they never even mention them as a competitor. It's strange to me because for me that's the best headset available right now. No doubt. There's nothing else on the market except for Xtal, of course, but that's a $5,000 unit. So yeah, I'm not sure if Index is really the best headset. We'll see in 2 months around. Let's see. Wow, so many comments. I'm just really trying here. Wow, thank you so much, K2N. wow, that's a lot. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. You didn't write anything, I guess. No. Anyway, thank you. Cheers with some Trocadero from Sweden. Veronica's Trocadero, my girlfriend's Trocadero. Actually, she's home right now, by the way. But I think she's just too afraid to come in live and go inside. Should she come here for a second? Maybe I should invite my girlfriend for a second. We have like 520 people watching. Veronica, why not? Let's see if he can make it. She's hiding right now, I think. Anyway, let's move on to the questions for now. We'll see what happens. Let's go down with the questions. I'm trying to find where I were. Do you think Valve timed this to perfection? Paul Stoker is asking. Do you think Valve timed this to perfection? Seems that they have taken all attention away from Oculus. Yes, they did. They really slammed Oculus, especially the Rift S. Let me say, the Quest is just another league. It's not playing in the VR enthusiast league. Some VR enthusiasts will get it, such as me. Maybe mainly for fun. Just to have something, especially when I travel or whatever. But still, they stole the show, definitely. Valve was really they just put the prices out and nobody really cared about the Oculus announcement anymore. Except for VR races, maybe. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Next question. I got totally unfocused here. We're gonna keep on for a little bit moment, maybe 20 minutes, like 2 hours maximum for the stream. I don't want to go further than that. I think it's gonna be too boring. There's still a lot of people watching, but hopefully my girlfriend is gonna arrive here. We'll see. We'll see if she can make it. If she dare to come and show herself. Yes. So let's see. What's the next question? Do we know the headset cable length? Yes, max grit, that's 5 meters, including like a 1 extra meter for the extension for the link box or the link little thing in between there where you probably put the power, as far as I understand it, just like Pimax. But the Pimax cable is probably 5 meters in total, if I don't remember. So it's a little bit longer than the Pimax cable. It's around 5 meters, I would say. Jacob, what do you think about the field of view of Index? Would you prefer clear image of or the bigger field of view of the Pimax? I would prefer the bigger field of view. Of course, clarity is important. Resolution is important, and the clarity, the image itself, image quality is important, but the field of view adds much more than a little resolution bump or a little bit less screen door effect, at least for me. So so I'm not super happy about the field of view, but at least I'm happy that Valve actually decided to increase the field of view compared to most of the other VR brands. GTGT, is there no presentation from Valve on this headset, and why is that not available in Canada? Yeah, that's a very good question. They never even made like an announcement of it. Strange, really strange. Look at Facebook, how they're like pumping out the news, about the headset. And Valve they know they're just gonna sell it. That's the thing. Next one. Gaming still live. I only worried about their reported rods ray, but I guess God rays. Sorry for reading it wrong. God rays. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll see if that God ray really is a big problem. We'll see. Hopefully not, because God rays are more distracting than the screen door effect, I would say. Next one, Hellback Daryl. Do you know if the Vive Pro base stations and Index ones are the same? Probably, most likely the same. Maybe the casing is different. Like the casing, maybe it's gonna say Valve or something. But the hardware itself is basically the same. It's 2.0 stations, so yeah. It doesn't really matter, and you can use your old as well if you need to. If you don't want to put more money into this, like I just skipped them. Next one, as someone who lives in Norway, is now a good time to order Pimax 5K Plus, or should I wait for new headsets? I think that if you already have the base stations and everything, I think Pimax is a great alternative. It's a headset that you can probably get before the Valve comes to get shipped, because the orders are getting faster now. Some people still wait like 1 month for the orders, but it's getting much faster now. So yeah, it's always a good time for what I feel of you, man. Yeah, I would say there's no wrong time for that. But of course, we never know what's going to happen. Next year, we maybe have like 5 different headsets with a wider field of view, or maybe new Pimax headsets. We'll see. But for now, the 5K Plus and the 5K XR and the 8K are great headsets, and that's the only ones available right now. Levi Page, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate it. HP Reverb or Pimax for video? That's a tough one. Probably HP Reverb because of this screen door effect. But I have not tried the HP Reverb. I'm just imagining myself how it would be to look at the screen door effect free image. Then again, I must say, when watching movies, I don't see that as a huge problem, the screen door effect. HP Reverb, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's LCD panels, right? Which never going to be the same as the OLED. And what I saw with the Pimax 5K XR, the OLEDs, even though we had slightly more screen door effect than the 5K Plus and the 8K, the image was just popping, you know, the blacks, everything. It just looked so nice in the video. So yeah, I would say seriously, if you're out for video quality and image quality, I would preferably go for an OLED headset for video, like Pimax 5K XR for the wide field of view as well. HP Reverb is going to be nice, but I think that's going to mainly be for the simulator guys, more than the other. More than the players that plays horror games or watch movies. I think that there are better alternatives for that. So let's see. Jens Netram, yes. Okay. Jens Netram was just mentioning that I got the Index Plus controller pack. Yeah, €7.99. Quite a lot of money, but still. Let me just check if it's still available in Europe. Yeah, everything seems to be available in Europe. I must say also that the headset itself, I mean the price for only the headset, sorry I was not even showing you what I'm doing, it's not bad. I mean $4.99 in dollars in the United States, a little bit more expensive in Europe, but still it's still okay. It's not a bad price. But of course we're gonna see how good this headset really is once it arrives to Sweeviver's little green room. So yeah, let's see. Oh, K-Gon Postal, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate that. Oh man, guys, you're crazy. Let's see, do we have more questions? Yes, we have, of course. Review before buying. Yeah, a lot of people are probably gonna wait for my reviews, and I'm happy to hear that. I'll do my best, that's for sure. Let's see. Ozai Pi, should I sell my HTC Vive when I get the Valve Index? Yeah, but I would actually recommend you to just keep the HTC Vive, because you're gonna have the base stations, which probably are still working, right? And you can also have like reserve controllers for your Valve Index. So basically the headset is the only thing you can sell, and you won't get much for it. So that's up to you, man. But I would just actually leave it, like have it like an extra spare headset in case of or something. I don't think you can get so much for just the headset if you sell it. But if you order a full package from Valve, of course, then you won't need the Lighthouses, or probably not these as well. But these are quite terrible, especially after a while when they started broke. So if they are still working, sell them before they break. Asterite is asking, is the OLED versus LCD really that drastic without HDR contrast? Well, yeah, it depends on the scene, it depends on the game, it depends on what you do in VR actually. If you're playing dark games, horror games, yeah, it's a massive difference, it is. But then again, you know, I've said it before, maybe it's like, you know, if you have never driven a Ferrari, you will never like bother about your Passat not being that great, because you don't know what you're missing out. So if you are with the LCD panels, and if you're using LCD panels now and you just buy the Valve Index or Valve Index, or the Pimax 5K Plus, which also is LCD, or the 8K, then, I mean, you're not going to miss out the blacks, really. You get used to it. Your eyes adapt so fast to the blacks, to the poorer blacks with the LCD. But if you're only been using OLED panels until now, it could be like phase where you have to get used to the LCD panels. You will get used to it sooner or later, but yeah, it's a matter of time to get used to it. Yamil or Hamil Sultani, do you prefer the Pimax 5K Plus or Pimax 5K XR? It all depends on my needs. For simulators, I would say the 5K Plus is much better. Even the 8K is better than the OLED headset because of the screen door effect. It just looks better on both on the old LCD panels because the screen door effect is less apparent on those two RGB LCD headsets. But then again, if I watch a movie, if I play a horror game, then yeah, the 5K XR OLED is the winner, clear winner here. So yeah, in a perfect world, you need like 2-3 headsets to really enjoy everything. But I know it's really difficult to buy so many headsets. I understand that. I'm skipping the HP reverb because of that right now as well. So yeah, Hellback Daryl was asking because I worked for IMAX VR. They sent us the base stations to try out last year. They will solve a lot of tracking problems due to reflective surface and fast movements. Oh, do you mean the base stations 2.0? Is that true? Wow, that would be great because I know a lot of problems. I have a very good friend, Andreas, which has a lot of problems with reflections, mirrors and such in his room. So if the 2.0 can solve it, that would be great. Wow, there's some comments I'm trying to like accept here. They got I call them the Vive dildos. Sam Z. That was a good one. Well, they're big. Yeah, they're big. So yeah, let's see a little bit more. We're gonna keep on like 10 minutes more and then we're gonna quit the stream. Regos Pantalon again. Which Pimax do you have, 5K Plus or the 5K XR? Well, to be honest, I have the 5K Plus and the 8K. The 5K XR is, I suppose it's a loaner unit. I have it still. I have all the three right now, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna send back the XR. So yeah, I have all of them three right now here. But I have purchased and bought myself the 5K Plus and the 8K, which are the two I have here in the background. So yeah, that's it. Also, let's see. Glenn Mitchell is asking, will you please do a video on your computer setup someday? I would like to find out more about high-end VR computer setups besides just a high-end graphic card. Yeah, that's a good idea for a video actually. That's awesome. Because I'm a happy guy to be able to have like kind of the best hardware available. RTX 2080 Ti, the i9-9900K CPU. It's clocked at 5 GHz on all cores right now. It works great actually. I have some offset on, and sometimes it goes down to 4.7 just to not heat up. But it's actually running really cool, I have to say. It's right now it's on, okay, now it's on 49 degrees actually, but I'm streaming, I'm doing a lot of stuff. But the i9 is much cooler than the 8700K I had before, the i7. So yeah, good idea. I will think about that, about the video about VR hardware in terms of PC parts. Mad Eye 6, sorry. Any news on Pimax with native 4K screens this year? It will come, but I'm not sure when, and I'm not allowed to talk about it. So me, Sebastian, Thomas, we are under NDA still. There's still some parts we cannot talk about, but for sure 4K screens will come, of course, that's for sure. But I cannot say when it's gonna be, like in a week or in 6 months from now. We'll see. But yeah, we're leaning towards that, the higher resolutions. Probably, I mean, it's going to be like a native signal, of course. That's what I assume and hope for. But of course, we will probably have to somehow upscale the image, because running two 4K screens at 80-90 Hz, wow, that's a lot. Maybe 70 Hz, but still, that's a lot of performance you need there. But yeah, that's a part of the future, I guess. Have you tried anything with a fixed IPD yet? Maniac Mog is asking. If so, can you tell me if fixed IPD is a deal breaker for you? Yes, very good question. Thank you so much for that, Maniac Mog. Yes, Oculus Go was a very good example. Also, the very old, how do you say, Acer mixed reality headset as well, and HP also. Wow, it was not a good experience to me. I have an IPD of 69.5 and it was a deal breaker for me, especially in the Oculus Go. It took me like half an hour, maybe in 1 hour before I got used to the image. It just felt like I was crossing my eyes constantly with the Oculus Go. I played a few games when I visited VR Sweden, or Immersive they're called now, not long ago. I don't have the Oculus Go, neither do I have the Acer or the HP headsets. I have the Oculus, Samsung Odyssey, the only Windows mixed reality headset. But yeah, if there's no APD adjustment, then it's a no-go for me, definitely. I cannot stand that. I don't want to use my eyes to seeing things wrong, because seriously, I think that could hurt your eyes in the long term. It's like using glasses when you not need to use glasses, or wear wrong glasses. It could hurt your vision. I actually believe so. It's not a statement, but I actually believe that it could happen. Hellback Daryl, yes, the 2.0 they will solve most or improve these issues, but it will help a lot, and you can increase your space by a pretty good amount. Yeah, interesting, very interesting. Thank you so much, Daryl. It was cool to know that it actually helps against mirrors and reflections. I had no idea about that. Luckily, I don't have that in here, but I know a lot of people are playing in their living rooms and such, and yeah, then it could be a deal breaker, of course. TMT Master for Life, do you think that the plus 20 degrees field of view increase over the normal Vive will make it that much of a difference to feel like I'm not looking through goggles? Yes and no. It depends. If you have been playing around with the Pimax, then you will probably get a little bit disappointed, I must say, because even though the small field of view of Pimax, which is comparable with the Valve Index field of view, which is around 120 degrees, 130 something, sorry, I still feel that even though it is wider, it gives you better immersion, but it's just not there. You need those 150 degrees at least, 150, 100, even something like that, 155 maybe, to really get that full wide field of view that you feel. Of course, you need 200 more degrees to get the full vision, but I'm not sure if that's really needed right now. I'm hardly even using the large field of view of Pimax, which is 170 degrees horizontally, and I cannot say I miss it that much, because the performance is much worse. That's why I'm not using it. Also, there's more distortion at the last edges, the last 20 degrees or 10 degrees at each side. You have to remember that 20 degrees field of view is only 10 degrees on each side. So it's 20 degrees in total. So it's 10 degrees on each side. And yeah, the first degrees are more apparent, and the last degrees are less apparent, of course. So between 150 and 170, it's a minor difference, but between 110 and 120 or 130, it's a more visible, more noticeable difference. So of course it's going to bring you better immersion than Vive, but it's still not on Pimax level, and that's a shame. So yeah, but if you have the Vive and you want to upgrade, sure, why not? But then again, you can go for the Pimax as well, OLED or not. You can just choose between the LCD or OLED. Yeah, so guys, wow, we have like 4 minutes left, I see. What will HTC do now after Index? Well, push the button is asking. I would first say they can just like totally scratch or sell those Vive Pro headsets for like $300 or something, because nobody's gonna buy it anymore. Maybe the full bundle for like $600 or something. They should, at least, because why would anyone buy the Vive Pro by this time? Yeah, maybe because you can get it tomorrow or like in a week, but not have to wait 2 months. But still, 2 months is not far away. And you have the Pimax, you have so many other, you have the HP Reverb, you have, there's like HTC Vive. It's a shame, I think. I mean, they're gonna release the Cosmos, right? Well, it's like, yeah, we'll see. It just feels like an Rift S or something. I don't know. So yeah, but let's just skip that. Let's just skip HTC for today. They haven't given us anything meaningful for a while now. So I feel they're like a little bit out of the league right now. There's so many other VR brands that are better than. Yes, guys. Wow. I think we are gonna like end this up now. I think I have answered a lot of questions. I probably missed some questions for sure. I tried to just follow the questions where you actually tagged me so I could see. It's much easier to actually find the questions. Thank you so much for all your super chats as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. We were above 800 people today. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. And congratulations to all of you that pre-ordered the Valve Index. It's going to be a fun ride, and a lot of you are really curious about what's going to happen now. Is it better than the Pimax? We'll see. 2 months from now, we'll probably see that, and I'll make sure to have the best reviews and the most in-depth reviews out for you guys. I would say this is not really hurting Pimax in any way. I wouldn't say that. It's like, it's good. It's good for the industry that more VR headsets are actually getting the wider field of view, more high-tech. We're still having an enthusiast market, and that's the most important. Maybe we'll get something from Xtal, maybe some other companies as well. I mean, a lot of things are going to happen, and more Pimax headsets, of course. And this is they're taking a good path. I think Valve is taking a good path, and they're doing something big here, even though they kind of cheaped out on the field of view. But it's still better than the existing ones. So if I could recommend it, sure, why not? If you're a Pimax user already now, though, I'm not sure. If you're hesitating between Pimax and the Valve Index, I cannot give you a clear answer because I have not tried the Valve Index yet, but somehow I feel that I'm gonna miss the field of view on the Valve Index, sorry. I'm gonna miss the wide and the normal field of view, even of 150 degrees or so. It's not a deal breaker, but it's still not Pimax. And remember one more thing, Pimax, just like Dragon Sash is telling, swords or knuckles. Remember that Pimax is bringing us, in a couple of months, Pimax is bringing us their own sword and sword sense controllers. If you haven't seen my video, check my YouTube channel just right after the stream and check out. It's only an 8 or 9 minute video telling you everything you need to know about the sword and sword sense controllers. I know it's not sword, but sword is like the Swedish name of it. I think they're gonna get cheaper, and they could be really like they have the potential to be better than the knuckles. Actually, they have really thought out the comfort and the look and the everything, and even the position of all the buttons and the touchpad and everything, especially on the sense controllers. So yeah, have that in mind. It's a very good alternative to the knuckles, maybe even better. We'll see. And I'm gonna get them soon for some testings and for reviews, of course. And I look forward to that. And now we're gonna give you all my impressions. Guys, Armin, by the way, thank you so much. Thank you all of you for joining. Thank you so much for all the super chat, all the questions, and just for being here. And guys, see you very soon again. Once again, Art Armin, VR Ambassador, and Commander Darklight, my lovely sponsors. Thank you for them, and all my Patreon supporters. I would love that. If you'd like to be a patron of mine, you're welcome. Thank you so much for that. Guys, take care now, and see you in my next video, hopefully later this week. Thanks. Cheers, guys.